Good morning, everybody. So we had some crazy rains the past couple days, and boy were they welcome here. We have been dry, as I've alluded to. Look at the plants. They have grown a foot, I think, since the last video I made. What I want to talk about, though, quickly today is this incredible thing that's happening right now and has happened over the past few days, and that is bird migration. Oh my gosh, it's been the most fantastic it's ever been here at our place. And I think it's because the plants are growing in. That's really what it is. So I've been in this zone a lot. There's spice bush and gooseberry, arrowwood viburnum, lots of native raspberry, elderberry. This lilac, this old lilac that's been here since before we moved in, and really it just smells so good. And this spot right here might not look like much to you right now, but this is where we saw our Canada warbler the other day. I just looked out the window and boom, there's a male Canada warbler hopping around on the ground in the low levels of the shrub. So incredible. And then before he left, he came over here into the spice bush and did some more things. So I want to just give you a look here. So this is the back side of our house. And as I mentioned before, this was all mowed grass and piles of trash. And we've been tugging in all kinds of spring ephemerals and native shrubs and seeing what works and what doesn't. Some of these areas are pretty tough, but in general, take a look at how green this is. So I'm going to walk around and then show you something else that I think is happening. So we're entering now what's still the lawn zone. Our county wants you to have some mowed lawn so it looks like you're not giving up on your property. So, or our township, I should say. So we have a little bit. This is where we hang our clothes. But look at this native raspberry patch. Came in all on her own. I mean, really incredible. So many clusters of flowers. Now this has been a cold spring. We had some serious damage on some of these natives. So they are hardy, absolutely, but they have a limit too. So I'm taking you to this magical zone. So you can see we have our little reclining chairs that Steve pulled out of the trash. Yes, the trash. You really don't have to spend a lot of money if you just live on other people's waste. It's kind of nuts. So, okay, here we go. This is one of our walnuts. This morning, this walnut, we saw a bay-breasted warbler. Yes. Take a look here at the birds we have been seeing. This is just the past 2 days plus this morning. All of these migratory birds plus huge flocks of cedar waxwings, which I didn't add on here, have been moving through. And it's really fascinating to watch. And you know they're moving through because the ruby-throated hummingbirds 2 days ago, we had dozens zipping all around our feeders, and then now there's none. So the ones that spend the summer here are probably still on the way. Over here you can see that's our old chicken coop, currently unoccupied, and then bird feeders. And we've been feeding the birds via seed that we purchased since we moved here, but that's not really super sustainable. Now there is a male rose-breasted grosbeak on there right now. Not super sustainable, and but really fun, right? I mean, we all love doing that. We all love to get to see the birds, but my brain's always working like, how good is that seed? I don't really know. It's probably not grown very well. Am I poisoning the birds feeding it to them? And a lot of birds don't want to eat seeds constantly, or can't. They have to feed their babies insects, and they might also eat tons of insects themselves. And so I think the reason we have all of these migratory birds here this year, especially these warblers that are bug eaters that really just thrived in this zone, were here everywhere, is because of the insect that were living on these plants. And that's pretty remarkable. So I think that for us, the bird feeders, it was kind of like the gateway drug. Okay, cool. This is awesome. We get to see birds and we can help them. But really, to help them, what you need to do, what we've discovered, what everyone has been telling everyone for generations, is that you need habitat. And in different places, it's going to look different. So for us here, something that I'm going to talk about a lot more in the future are these bramble thickets, and what we are doing to encourage these, and how at first when we got here we didn't realize the incredible importance of these brambles for so many reasons. So this here, everybody, is a lush migrant haven, and it's taken us some work. Now, we could have probably just sat back and did nothing, and thanks to some of these surrounding woodlands, we would have got some native plants in here, but we also would have had a massive invasive problem of autumn olive and honeysuckle and garlic mustard. But now we have tremendous diversity because of the plants we've plugged in, and I think that is just increasing the insect diversity, which is increasing our bird diversity. And then I think once birds hear other birds, I mean, you know, they tend to travel in these pods, at least that's how they're moving through the woods or the fields, for protection, maybe friendship. So they hear each other and they're like, okay, this is a cool place, we're gonna stop, there's food, sweet. I hear a blue-gray gnatcatcher. Does this buzz, buzz, buzz. Oh, he's singing for ya, flitting around in this tree up here, and it's never going to be caught on this camera. Okay, so everybody, those are my musings for today. We're going to get some heat coming in the next week, and I think we'll have so many more plant stories to share and animal stories, but really the tremendous, tremendous wonder of this week has been bird migration. It's completely humbling. If you've not paid attention before, get to paying attention. There's only so many migrations that will happen in your lifetime. And the black poll that we heard here is our first that we have heard on this property. And knowing that they can fly for 88 nonstop hours, that they can travel 7,000, 6,000 miles one way between wintering and breeding grounds. Holy smokes. I mean, I'm just kind of on my knees about all of this. So, happy spring. Enjoy the birds. Get outside, especially with the rain. There's all sorts of magic happening.